movies, Mr. Quentin Tarantino. He's back in the house, as they say.
You know, can I just say, I love British television. You're able to show one of the bloodiest scenes in Reservoir Dogs in the clip on the talk show.
Never mind that. I thought you were going to say something nice about my dog, you selfish It's all about you, isn't it,
Can
Quentin?
I say something about the thing?
If you must.
Okay. It's a little Jason King.
I like the sound of that.
Little Jason King. Jason King the movie. I think maybe we've got the right guy.
Do you like a little Jason King?
I like Jason King.
Okay,
I like Randall and Hopkirk.
So you've been so you're a student of British TV as well as.
It was actually funny because a lot of them got syndicated in America, and so you would like see them at like 5 o'clock on Sunday. But like you had to kind of trip over it and find, and then but like for instance, Randall and Hopkirk was called My Partner the Ghost in America.
But it kind of sums up the idea, the premise.
Personally, I actually kind of like the title My Partner
the Ghost. So am I right in thinking that as a child you were probably someone who spent quite a lot of time indoors? Watching things.
Oh yeah, I did a lot. Yeah, I was always very. I always loved movies, and I was always really connected to movies and television. Yeah.
How were you with girls? When did girls enter your life? When did you get interested in girls, and when did girls start returning that interest?
You know, when I did Reservoir Dogs.
When you became an internationally famous director, suddenly.
Silly that, all right. No, oddly enough, one of the things was funny was. What was really weird is I did really, really good with girls at the very beginning of elementary school.
So how old is that? It's like 11, 12?
No. I mean like kindergarten, first grade. I'm not talking about I shagged them. I'm just saying.
You're saying you had it.
They kind of liked me, and I was actually pretty charming and whatever. And I proceeded to lose that over time.
So you went through a period where you presumably you didn't get a lot of action. You won't get a lot of girlfriends either.
Actually, part of the problem of that was the fact that I quit school.
So what age were you when you quit school?
I think I was 15.
And can you legally do that?
Well, you know, oddly enough, how I ended up quitting school was a weird situation, which to this day, my mom does not remember that it happened quite this way, but this is exactly how it happened. Again, I'm just rebelling against school because I hate it. So one day I ditch. I don't go to school, and then I ditch again the next day, and I ditch again the next day. Now, next thing you know, it's been a week, and I haven't been to school.
Yeah.
Well, now I can't go back because the minute I go back, I'm going to get in trouble. You know, the minute I go back, they're going to say what happened, and they're going to call my mom to confirm it.
Yeah.
So now I'm stuck. So I just keep staying out. All right? So now it's about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And finally they call my mom, what's going on? And I'm busted. So we're having this huge row. And she, just in the fit of anger, as I'm, walking out of the room or something like that, praying she doesn't like beat me with a belt. All right? I'm like, I quit anyway. I'll be damned if you quit, slam the door. And so, maybe the next day or 2 days later, she's putting on her makeup, in the bathroom, and she's like bitching at me about something. And she goes, "Oh, and by the way, you know what? I'm going to let you quit. If you want to quit, I'm going to let you quit. However."
Quentin, have you ever seen a woman put makeup on? Because this is like, what was she in the Kabuki theater or something?
Well,
this is like all over.
The thing about it was, at first I was just doing it just to get the point across, then I started getting specific with it.
That was some method acting going on right there. He was in the moment.
Yeah, she goes, if you want to quit, I'm going to let you quit, but then you got to go out and get a job.
Yeah.
I was gobsmacked. I could not believe she actually said I could quit school.
And what, were you terrified or were you excited?
I couldn't believe it. I don't have to go to school anymore. I was over the moon.
You seem to be still quite excited.
They put it like this.
Yeah.
To this day, and to the rest of my life, every time September rolls around, I thank God I don't have to go back.
Okay, so let's talk about the new movie now, because we have a new movie released over here, a Tarantino movie. It's always an exciting event in my life when I know there's a new movie coming out.
Thank you.
This has got a strange history, though. It's unusual in the way it's come out. I suppose, not that unusual. Kill Bill had an interesting kind of birth as well. That was going to be one movie, then became two movies. This was two movies, kind of, not both by Young, became one. It was initially a double bill with another film. Tell me how this came about and what the thinking was here.
Yeah, well, the whole thing was, me and Robert Rodriguez wanted to create, he's the RR in my shirt, we wanted to create a whole thing of like a 70s exploitation double bill, the way they used to do.
Yeah. And these were the kind of experiences you grew up enjoying.
Yeah, exactly.
So you would go to the movie and there would almost always be two films on.
Yeah, there would be two movies, and a lot of times exploitation movies would be made to actually literally put them together. All right,
so they'd be a certain length, and they'd be made to complement one another.
Yes, exactly. And you'd see that, and they play in all the drive-ins, and they play at all the grindhouses.
So what kind of movies are we talking about? Which films did you see? Which films did you enjoy on a double bill as a youth?
Oh, gosh, that's a good question. Oh, there was a few of them. Coffee and the Mac.
So Coffee was a Foxy Brown movie, wasn't it?
Coffee was Pam Grier. Okay. And the Mac was Max Julien and Richard Pryor.
I've never seen the Mac.
You got to do it. Cut back to Sam Jackson and hear him say you've never seen the Mac.
I've never seen the Mac, Sam. Is that a...
You've never seen the Mac? You haven't lived.
Actually, okay, in any black neighborhood throughout the 80s, when the Mac was like so old, it's not even funny.
It was a big movie.
Well, it was a huge movie when it came out, all right? And it was a great movie. No, it's the Scarface of pimp stories.
Right.
And it was actually written by a former pimp, so one of the things that's so great about the movie is the dialogue. Not only is it great and you know, flowery, like a lot of the blaxploitation movies, it's actually also really authentic as far as the pimp trade is concerned. And there's also tons of pimps, real-life pimps, all the way through it.
Well, I can see it has so much to recommend it.
Well, yeah, very much.
I would not say so.
And Max Julien gives actually one of the greatest... Here's what you need, because I know you like exploitation movies. One of the single greatest performances in the history of exploitation cinema is Max Julien's performance of Goldie as the Mac.
I feel ashamed of myself for never having heard of them.
We'll forgive you.
Okay. Well, these films, you see, you put them together, but you had to have stamina to sit through two movies, even though they were both 90 minutes long.
Well, people now, as we learned with Grindhouse, now, yeah, you're right.
People aren't used to it. They're not conditioned to accept that much entertainment.
It was like, all the more movie for your money. I mean, when people went to the movies, it wasn't meant to be this like thing they were supposed to get through just so they could get to the dinner. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It was like people were there. They were there to see two movies. There would be a riot in the theater if there wasn't two movies.
The double bill didn't do as well as anyone had expected, or indeed you would expect a film by you or Mr. Rodriguez to do, did it? Yeah. I mean, it really didn't do that much business, did it?
No,
as a double bill.
No, it was a little disappointing when it opened up. And you know, part of the thing was the fact that we realized basically was people don't want to see two movies on a Friday night or a Saturday night.
Do you think it was self-indulgent of you to do this with Robert? Because there were moments in the movie which, and you know, I love these kind of movies, so I kind of am, you're preaching to the converted here already. But I can understand why. I spoke to some people in America and they said that there were people complaining about the projectionist. And in actual fact, you've shot it so it looks like it's badly projected at times and there are mistakes. And I imagine a lot of people just think, what the hell what's going on here?
I don't think, we didn't try to make it look like it was something wrong with the projection necessarily. It was like a bad print. It was like a beat-up print.
But even so, you know, these people are paying money and they want to see a glossy movie and they're used to seeing these movies. I mean, Kill Bill, both those movies are so beautifully shot. And there's a moment in Death Proof, which I actually love, you know, but I can see why people would not necessarily be on the same page as you, where it's been black and white for a while, as though the guy's done something wrong in the projection. And then suddenly it flashes in the colour. When it flashes in the colour, it looks so beautiful. And the colours on screen are exquisitely chosen. But if you're not on board with the whole idea of it being a grindhouse thing, you're going to think, why is he wasting my time with this thing?
I don't think that's the case.
Well, it is the case. So never mind what you think, I'm telling you. And that's the problem. You need more people like me to bloody tell you. Make a proper movie. All right.